internet. My name is Jack Packard, and I'm here playing games, tabletop role-playing games, with all these lovely people, including Jesse Galena.
Hey everybody, I'm Jesse Galena and I'm playing Grinderbid.
Yahtzee Croshaw.
Hi, I'm playing Mortimer Rattlesworth Everwind Smythe. That's all this time. I saw you pausing, waiting for me to add something.
No, I was giving you space, and when you didn't do it, I started to talk, but then you talked. That's the joy of using Zoom. There's a little delay, so you never know what's a pause and what's a little delay. Amy Campbell.
That's me, and I play Dabarella Yeatster, and I'm just perpetually, well behind just because I'm on the other side of the world, so everything's a delay for me.
And that works fine. And finally, Casey Wosu.
Hi, I play Sigmar Iceblood.
You sure as hell do.
Pregnant pause.
So well.
You're overdue with your pregnant pause. Last time on adventure is Nigh. You made your way into the lost dwarven city of Gorsadin. You were attacked by a giant ancient crab and were also able to do some heroics to ingratiate yourself with the locals. You were then escorted to the capital, to the castle, where you met the current queen, E.I.O., and found a little more information out about King Fuzzyhug, about the earthquakes, and in general were able to charisma your way into ingratiating yourself with the royal family. But there is a problem. You aren't able to individually roll for every single citizen of the great dwarven city. So the queen had an idea. Let's take it to the Murder Dome.
Yeah, couldn't just stuff the giant crab and trade it around, I suppose.
You could have, but you didn't think of that last week. So here we are in the Murder Dome, where
The crab also fell off a cliff, so
yes,
that would have been
left.
hard.
We ate, remember?
that's
True.
right. You had a little bit left. Dabarella cooked some crab meat, which might come into play as it means you take half non-magical damage. Here you are in the Murder Dome. As you can see in the time in between episodes, the crowd has really filled in. It's like they were waiting for the opening act to be done, and now they're all here for the show. This giant construct, this giant stone and metal head and one giant hand, both with gemstones in them, have emerged from the ground.
So just to clarify, it's just the head and the one hand that is moving, right?
That is correct, Yahtzee. That one hand was there when you got there. It's broken and kind of half fallen over. Now it's just part of the scenery. It is still very large, so theoretically you could get behind it for cover. And what we're going to start off right hot. We're going to get everybody into initiative order. So let's roll everybody some initiative.
Aww.
All right, then let's begin combat. So this giant stone and metal head with a gem for a mouth and this giant stone and metal hand pop up from the sand. And Grinderbin, you're first to action. What do you do?
Clarifying that I've got the enhanced weapon on your bow.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then I have enhanced weapon. Which weapon do you want to use, Amy?
I'm thinking probably the frying pan,
Okay.
at least to start with, so that would be useful.
Cool. Slap a sticker on. That's the sticker on that. So you get +1 to attack and damage on both of those. So if you switch weapons, you won't have it on that, but you got it on that. And then I'll use my third sticker on Dabarella to give her +1 armor class.
Ooh, okay. So yeah, we're assuming like artificer infusions. What we've been researching is these are kind of like beginning of the day action. So we're going to assume that you did all that on your way to the Murder Dome, as you knew you were going to the Murder Dome.
Yeah, they also tipped us off that there'd be a giant mechanized thing.
They did, right. They warned you.
They were fairly clear about it.
Yeah, and so like you have your stickers still on Casey or on Sigmar's bow. Now Dabarella has a +1 to her armor class.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
So stay safe out there.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
You say that like you're not coming with us.
And Grinderbin runs away.
As a ranged fighter, yeah, pretty much. I am not going in there with you, in a sense.
Okay, great. Yeah, so like the construct emerges from the sand. The crowd goes nuts. They love a good construct battle. They are cheering. Oh my god, look, it's the construct. Woo! Yeah, they're loving it.
Big fan of construct,
Sweet.
huh?
I mean, I like battle bots. I know what they're cheering about. It's good stuff.
Absolutely. So Grinderbin, what are you doing?
Gonna pull out my foul language umbrella, point it at the giant construct, and start this off right with a huge explosion and fire a scorching ray.
Ooh.
All right. Are you pointing it at the head or the hand?
Ooh, let's do the head.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
he's very close to us, that head.
Yeah, 3 rays. Okay, so I gotta swing 3 times.
Oh, all right.
Ooh.
It was a good roll.
Yeah,
That
it's
was a good roll. That
25
was an-
total.
25 for your first hit.
Yep.
That hits.
Cool. Second hit, this +7.
Oh,
That's a natural
moly.
20.
Nat
Ooh.
20.
Guess what? That hits.
Sweet. And one more.
4.
That's 11.
Okay, that does not hit.
Okay.
That
It's a big
streak
target,
wins sooner or
maybe.
later.
And so for one of your rolls, you get to roll double damage dice.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yes, very, very nice.
So 2d6, and I'm using my umbrella, so I get an extra d8. So that is, wow, 9 damage. Okay. That could have rolled
Okay.
higher. And I'll
think.
do my crit, so I just roll 4d6 and 2d8. Because double damage.
Whatever double the dice is. Yep.
I'll double dice. Here we go.
That's a lot.
How about 22
Holy
damage?
moly.
For the second ray of explosion. No one even notices the third one went wild. That one was so big.
Right? So your first one kind of like hits and does like a little sizzle, and the crowd is like, oh. But then your second one goes full Michael Bay and just like, you know, Will Smith jumps in slow motion in the background, and the crowd goes nuts for big 22 damage.
Now I'm going to get out of the way. maybe high five a crowd member.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Give me a charisma check.
Oh heck yes, I would love to. You're seeing this shit? We're bringing it. So that would be +2, so 15.
All right, 15. Yeah. So the crowd's like, all right. Yeah. I'm seeing this. I'm liking this. They're, you know, like not totally like losing their shit on board, but yeah, they're enjoying the show. They like explosions. Who doesn't?
Construct, probably.
Mortimer, it is
Okay.
your turn.
Yeah. And Mortimer is absolutely going to lean into the performance aspect of this. So he's going to stoke that little ember. And he's going to use my special Bard College of Eloquence power, which is Unsettling Words. This is a debuff. I use one of my Bardic Inspiration die on a single enemy, and on their next saving throw, they have to subtract a d6.
Oh.
But the way I'm going to use the Unsettling Words is basically going full pro wrestling on this. So Mortimer's he's gonna like walk up, like he's gonna move probably just here behind Abrella, and he's gonna go to the crowd. He's gonna sort of half addressing the monster and half addressing the crowd, going, "Yeah, we're gonna fuck you up. You think you're the shit? My boys and girls gonna take you apart. We're gonna turn you into office supplies."
Yeah, the crowd is like, I don't know what an office is, but I fucking love it. Taunting a robot.
So that's my Unsettling Words, and that's only a bonus action, so I still have an action. Could I just use my action to do like a scrutinization of the whole scene, inspect the thing, try to figure out what's if it has a potential weakness, if it's got any exposed workings, perhaps.
Ooh, sure, absolutely. If you want to take your action to like take in the situation, you can absolutely do that. Give me either perception or investigation.
What am I better at? Investigation +3, perception +2. Well, I guess it's investigation then.
Really investigate this arena.
Yeah. Ooh,
Right,
okay,
16.
with a 16, what you are noticing is its construction. Like obviously, you know, dwarves in other works of fiction are fine craftsmen, quality craftsmen, and this construct seems to be fitting that description. Very well made stone and metal. What you are assuming is that anything non-magical is probably going to do less damage. You're taking how like Grinderbin's explosion really messed it up. And so like that's what I'll give you for a 16 is you're gonna go ahead and assume that non-magical damage is gonna do dick on this thing.
Okay, I will hastily hiss that to my fellows. Stick to magic damage. It's got a hardy carapace, it seems.
Got it.
Sounds like a good plan.
All right,
Mortimer's actions are
Sigmar.
up. Okay, I'm gonna charge right on in there.
Oh no, not again.
I want to. This is strategic though. I want to use Tasha's caustic brew so that I can hit both the construct's head and his hand behind the rock. But I'm assuming I need line of sight, so I want to get to this square. If you can see this measurement,
Yeah.
and then shoot it straight across the 30 feet. But I don't know. That might not reach right from here. Can I stand right on the monster?
And I guess, you know, like it's a little difficult from this perspective, but like what you need to imagine is that like this head is almost blocking. Like, so if you hit the head, like you won't be able to like go
it won't like
through
spray
that.
over. Okay.
Right. Right.
Question: how high is that tree on the west side of this thing?
The fallen tree.
Okay, it's laying flat. Okay.
Yeah, it's laying that's like a fallen tree that was like maybe washed up in the river, and it's a good like 5-6 feet diameter. So like if you go on the other side of that, it would almost fully cover you up.
But if I stood on top of it, how high would I be able to see over the construct?
All right, I see the bullshit you're doing. So is your bullshit to hop on the tree and then like
spray a straight line of caustic acid? But I might be too far to actually hit both at this point, so I might abandon this idea.
Okay. Yeah, like you could do that. I would need like another roll, but that would be possible. This head, I'm going to say the head is at least 12 feet tall, or 4 meters for our metric users.
What's stopping me from jumping on its head?
Literally nothing.
So can I?
Well, Grindelwald
Can you
might
get
want to hit
12
it with
feet up?
another
Can I jump that
scorching
high?
ray is the thing.
You cannot jump
Pretty big
12
head,
feet
though.
straight up in the air. You could try to climb it.
That sounds risky. Me trying to climb this thing.
We need acid.
I
Yeah,
haven't
acid.
got much that would work against a robot.
I mean, I got
Acid
Tasha's
splash.
caustic brew. It's a.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say we used it on what's its
acid
name.
You want me to switch something out for that? I'll change the jump for that.
Don't get rid of jump. I'm telling you.
Don't
Don't
get
get rid of jump. Always
All right.
have jump.
Always have
Always have jump. If at all opportunity, whenever you have access to jump and X number of spell slots, you actually have X number of spell slots -1 because you should have jump.
All right. I have the jump spell that Jesse asked me. asked me to
I
keep on.
told you.
Well, hold on, if I use that now, I can't use the other thing immediately after. I would have to be in position. Then I'm just standing on top of this thing's head.
But you could use the jump spell and then jump on top of the head. Absolutely.
But then I'm just stuck
That
on the
might-
head for a turn.
Well, that
Sure.
might be worth doing anyway. I mean,
Right, and obviously, like perspective-wise, you would be on top of a square head. Like, its face is facing northwards. Is like facing to where you guys were at this.
You know what?
point.
All right, let's do that. I wanna jump on
Actually,
its head.
Here,
It'd be really good theater.
Like theoretically, it's facing. Well, that looks weird now. That looks weird. No, I'm
does
just
look
gonna
pretty
keep
weird.
it how it was.
Maybe we could get it to try to swat you off with its hand, and then it smacks itself in the head.
Yeah.
Ooh, right.
So
You can.
I can triple
absolutely-
my jump. Well, I can triple a creature I touch's jump distance until the spell ends. So I'm just gonna touch myself. I can do that, right?
Yeah,
When I
you
think
can
that
absolutely do
cut
that.
that part
I
out.
touch myself.
And that would give you a jump of 12 feet.
So exactly 12 feet. Okay. So
So you can get up there. Yeah, is
all
what I'll
right.
say.
So I want to use jump. I want to get on the head, and if this matters at all, I want to like kind of like crouch a little bit so that I have just a bit more stableness. I don't know if that matters at all, but that's the position I'm taking while I'm up
Sure.
there.
So you're like 3-point superhero landing on
Sure.
top of the head.
Yeah. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sure. So yeah, we'll get you. Boom,
Lands
now
like
you are,
Black Widow.
Getting some real anime shit going.
Let's do this. So like if you're up here, and then basically all I'm going to do is change the opacity of the head there.
Oh.
That's cool.
So now everyone can see that Sigmar is on top of the head. Because you're using that much jump, like you're on the corner of the head,
Okay.
is what I'm gonna say. The head.
But I
is
am
about-
braced.
You are braced. You 3-point landing, absolutely. And that is Sigmar's turn. That gets us to Dabarella.
Before I move, I want to yell, Sigma, hold on! Just to
Okay.
warn him that I'm about to hit it. A luxury Sigma never affords me. I want to use my frying pan's magic ability, which will create a sticking oil on the 15-foot cone around the base of its head. So I don't
Okay.
particularly want to get it high up. I just want to get like the base of it stuck down so that its movement's limited pretty much. And to avoid, if it does land the acid damage, I don't want it to like impact Sigma.
Sure. I like it.
How mobile is the head? I'd assume if we were concerned about mobility, the hand might be the better option.
Mortimer, with your 16, before you used your action to investigate, with your 16, I'm going to say you're going to assume that the head is not very mobile at all. But the hand, you can see the hand like floating a little bit off of the sand.
Right, so if there's oil all over the ground, that won't matter so much.
Well, then in that case, yeah, I'll move towards the hand then. Oh,
17.
Ooh, 17.
so I roll for damage.
Yeah.
And if I use it magic, I only get to hit once, but I can hit a second time just with it normally, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, great. So 8 damage. And then this guy needs a DC 14 dexterity saving throw.
But he has -6. No,
Minus
minus a
D6.
D6.
Minus a D6.
Well, that's if the hand and the head are the same entity.
Yeah. Does that affect both?
Ooh, are they the same?
Ooh. Behind the screen. Well, hold on. Here's what I'll say.
Good answer.
Here's what else. Here's what I'll say. Is it failed? I will not say whether or not I rolled that extra d6.
Oh,
Okay.
you scamp.
Full on leprechaun now.
So it failed, which means you get to do a bonus 1d6 acid damage, and it gets limited mobility.
Woohoo!
Nice. Hey, can't get better than that.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Alright. Boom. All right. Yeah, so you spray acid from your magical acid from your frying pan covering the hand, and you see it kind of like it's like floating above the sand, and it's like dipping into the magical grease that you're creating, just like plork, plork. Ugh, it is gross. Now, it's their turn.
Yeah.
So everyone except for Sigmar, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
Wow.
Christ.
Come on. 16.
Oh no, someone
Hey.
did not get a great number.
Grindabin.
That's me.
Mortimer, you rolled an unnatural 20. Grinderbin rolled a 3. And Dabarella rolled a 16. You all take
What?
15 damage as this as a red beam comes out of that crystal and sweeps across the wait, actually Dabarella, you are on the other side of the rock, so the beam hits the rock and not you. Apologies. So Mortimer and Grinderbin, this beam of energy comes out of the mouth and sweeps a circle around the entire battlefield. You take 15 damage.
Wow.
Bloody hell.
Jeez.
We need to crack the crystal.
Sigmar yells out to everybody, "Take cover!"
Thank you.
After they've all been hit,
Because
a-
now he realizes what the threat is.
Thank you, says a very charred Looney Tune style Mortimer.
then what happens is the mouth. You see like the red crystal like a la Knight Rider. And
For those of us who don't know Knight Rider,
it was a talking car driven by David Hasselhoff, and it had a red light that went whoop, whoop.
It was like LEDs that would like move to the corners and then back to the center.
okay, see that what Casey just said, that's what I meant. I was like, what does woof woof mean for those of us who have not seen
It was a
Knight
red
Rider?
light that would like
Yeah, like
pulsate
oscillates,
from one
yeah.
side to the
Okay.
other side.
Cool. Like a Cylon. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like a Cylon.
Knight Rider's a Cylon. Got it.
What you see happening then is from the crystal, it spits out a very sticky, caustic, acidy type substance.
Oh crap. He's also an acid user.
It's not close enough to hit anyone, but as you see the little measurement thing that I put right there, that area is now difficult terrain, costing twice your movement to get through it. Then what happens is the hand gets up and
Tries to get up.
well, it gets up, though it can't move as far as it would like, so it is going to attempt to slam down on Dabarella. Dabarella, with your current armor class of 19, you're basically able to tank the hit. The hand
Yes.
comes down and just like full bore, like pling, right off of your now magical armor.
Sweet.
Can't do a dang thing about it.
The Grinderbin the sticker glows a little bit. Like,
Absolutely.
And Dabarella triumphantly goes,
The hand then attempts to slam down on you once again, this time with a little more chutzpah behind it. And it hits this time for... Oh, but. So it hits you. It full on hits you, and you start to feel that delicious crab meat come in your belly. So you only
not
take
usually a good thing,
11 damage.
only take 11. My
You only
Christ.
take 11 damage, and so the hand, I'm going to say, is able to move kind of like over here a little bit to attack you, just a little bit closer. All right, that is the construct's turn. We are back to Grinderbin.
this is going well. Real well.
Well, how about we prioritize getting the fuck into cover first?
That's definitely what I'm feeling. So I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, there's some cover. And then I'm going to send out my little bot. My little cannon's coming out.
Go, little robot.
Now it's a real Robot Wars.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll move 15 feet, so it'll go right here.
Okay. Bing. There it be.
I don't know how to
I think it just goes away after a while.
Okay.
I think.
And then it'll shoot flames.
And then it will shoot flames. Okay, great. Do it.
Make a dexterity save for the head.
Okay. Okay. The head makes a dexterity saving throw. How do you feel about a 16?
Then it will take 1d8, not 2. So that's 4 fire damage as a big old spout of flame shoots out of it, but it's, it just came out. It's a little off. Gotta recalibrate.
Okay, no
Yeah.
problem. Yes, you see some of like the metal girders on the side of it start to, warp a little bit in the fire.
Awesome. And that's my full move. That's my
And
full
it's a
turn.
big enough head where I'm going to say Sigmar is not affected.
Yeah, it's a 15-foot cone, but kind of like with Dabarella,
Yeah.
not aiming up.
All right, that brings us to Mortimer. What are you doing with this giant head? Or hand?
Well, as I said, getting the motherfucker into cover first of all.
Mm-hmm.
That'll do.
Perfect.
You
He just disappeared from my screen.
didn't move. It was just like, ta-da, goodbye.
Boop. Yeah,
I'm mixed-
he three
yeah.
stooged right out of there.
I'm next to Grindelman now. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to risk taking another hit, so I'm going to drink my greater potion of healing.
Okay. Great. So roll me 4d4 plus 4.
11,
You heal for 11 points.
which doesn't heal everything, so it's probably smart to do that. Just get rid of that. So let's say that was my action, and for my bonus action, I'm going to use Unsettling Words again, because I got 3 of these throughout the whole until I have to long rest again.
All right.
So I'm going to Unsettling Words the robot head again. This time I'll say, yeah, look at that. You took your best shot and I'm still standing. Turning to the crowd, thanks to this wonderful potion provided by the lovely Queen EIO. Let's hear it for Her Majesty. Yeah.
give me a charisma check.
Normal. 13.
13. All right, yeah. With a 13, like the crowd's like, the queen gave him that one. That's good. Yeah, look at him. He doesn't care if he's gonna die. He's taunting that robot. Yeah. They love
Maybe-
murder.
Let's see if we can get them on side enough to start throwing rocks at the thing or something.
Like, are they
Well,
shielded
see,
from like the damage in here? Like, is this like a steel cage match?
Yeah, like the walls, like they're in stadium seatings, and the walls are easily, 18, 20 feet high. So like they're shielded. They have a vantage point where they are shielded from all the damage.
Gotcha.
Sigmar, you are on top of a robot's head.
Look at that. Okay, I want to. I can't actually see the hand from here anymore, but I know it's there, right? Like I'm assuming it's in front of Dabarella in the space behind the rock I can't see.
I guess there's no way you'll know unless you do
But-
something.
But I'm like I can see, like I can't see the hand, but I can see the top of that rock, right? Like the rock's not higher than I am. Like if I shoot my
I
acid
suppose
in that
you are-
line, like it would clear the rock, right?
You are correct.
Jack, I just had to point out that I can't see over this fallen tree, and I'm not sure if that was intentional.
Yeah, so like I said, that tree, the diameter of that tree is like 5-6 feet, and so you are behind it. It is giving you full cover. That also means that you need to like climb up a little bit to see over it.
Well, it's a lucky I took the second story work perk, isn't it?
So yeah, Sigmar, you are above the rock now, so you can easily see over it. You can see the hand. You
So
can see
if I
Deborah.
shoot where I'm at now, the Tasha's caustic brew goes 30 feet in a straight line, and it covers everything in that distance with the whatever the brew is. So I want to
love
hit
that I'm
both the
not at
head
that
I'm standing on and the hand.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. Absolutely.
Oh, what is that?
5.
Is that
2d4?
so that's just 5 damage?
Okay, well, I will say, like, you are on top of the head, so I'm going to say the head cannot save from the acid that you are quite literally, like, dumping on top of its head.
Right.
And so the head is going to take 2d4 acid damage at the start of each of its turns, plus 5 damage now. Okay, so the head takes 5 damage now. Yeah. Okay, so the hand needs a dexterity saving throw.
And remember, I just did unsettling words, if that's relevant.
That might be relevant. I might be rolling another die. There's just no way for you to know. Perhaps that means that the hand fails. Who knows? But the hand definitely fails.
Yeah, that's a sensitive hand, that is.
That is a very sensitive hand.
Can dish it out, but can't take it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, like you shoot this awful acid. I don't know. Like, how are you? I'm trying to imagine how you are casting this spell.
I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's coming out of my mouth.
You
though.
have to describe it to me if you want to cast the spell.
Look, okay, in my head, it's involuntary. It's like, all right, now I got to use this freaking acid, and so he just kind of, and it just spits out of his mouth.
Are you telling me you are vomiting?
Yes.
100%.
We'll
love
do
that.
our best to sell that to the crowd.
It's like the worst spell he has in his arsenal, but it's so effective. He has to use it.
What you hear from the crowd is like a very small amount of people going, "That's awesome!" Like everyone else is like, "Oh," but like there's a niche audience who's just really into gross out stuff, and it's working gangbusters on that. Super gross. Are you moving at all?
Yeah, I guess I'll just move to like the. Oh, I don't have control of this guy. I guess I'll just move to like the like more central area of his head.
Okay, cool.
So that like if he starts to like spin or shake or whatever, I can have a little bit more room to work with.
Sure. All right, great. Then we get to Dabarella.
So, there was one thing I wanted to know first. When Mortimer surveyed the area, was it obvious at all? Like, did the hand, it's broken, did it look like it's been ripped off? Like, did he have any idea of what's happened to that?
To the already broken hand?
Yes.
Yeah, did I pick up on what, like, destroyed it?
With a 16, I'm going to say no, just because, like, you have very little context to go off of. You see that it's broken. You within the heat of the battle, you didn't notice any sort of, like, damage marks on it. Not to say there are none, you just didn't notice it.
Because it doesn't have any fingers. Like, is it at least obvious that that's been... Like,
I mean, you can see what you see, absolutely. You can see that the fingers are broken off.
Oh.
but we can't see the fingers in here, can we?
I don't understand your question.
The broken fingers aren't still in the arena.
Correct. The fingers are not still in the arena.
And with the 16, he didn't notice anything interesting or weird about the statue that's behind the robot?
The robot was covering the statue. He didn't.
Okay.
He didn't. I don't even know if he's seen it yet. He might have gotten a glimpse of it as he was running behind the cover.
Okay. I just
Like
have this
a
weird
coward.
feeling it's gonna have there's almost like a positive and there's just like an off switch on it. Like I just have this weird feeling that there's just gonna be something
Like it's just
random
plugged
on
into the
there.
outlet in that statue.
Well, I was thinking of creeping up, like, to get behind it, just partly just to see what the fuck's going on.
Well,
But I will be pretty close to the statue if I, like, crept around to around here to stay in cover.
I'll leave that thought with you because I imagine you'll be a bit more insightful than old Dabby here. What I would like to do is, I think I have to use an action to do it, but I would like to swap to my ice cream scoop. because it can do more magic damage. I have to use an action to swap weapon though, eh?
You have to. So the way the wording works is to put away a weapon, you use an action. The cheese around it is if you just want to, but you don't need to use an action to unsheath a weapon.
Okay.
And so the usual cheese is like you can literally drop your frying pan on the ground and then take out your ice cream scoop as a free action. But if you don't specifically say you pick up your frying pan later,
like
I will
we did with
remember.
The skewer.
Right.
Which is why I'm writing
Because
it down
this
in
is
capital
recorded,
letters.
so remember.
Put a post-it note on the monitor.
Legit, I'm pretty sure that's what I did last time. Was I just had a note there that was like, "You're going back for the skewer," and I you're going back. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna just drop the frying pan, get out the ice cream scoop. Is it possible for me to attempt to freeze the liquid that I've now made to kind of goop it in and like lock it into place?
Yeah, like much like how you froze the door, you can absolutely do that, and then the hand will get a strength check to see if it can break free of it.
I'd like to try that because I have bonus actions and things, and I just let's just try it.
Okay, so then are you hitting the hand or are you hitting the liquid?
The liquid that's close enough to the hand. Am I using my ability on it to freeze it?
You would be using your ability,
Okay.
so that would be your second ability, and you only get 2 magic abilities with your weapons. I believe, right? Or is it?
Yeah, 2 uses. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I attack.
You attack the
18?
goop. With an 18, and what I'm going to say is you hit goop. So now roll me some damage.
That was
There
a
we go.
15.
15, absolutely. So you slam your ice giant's ice cream scoop into the goop. It turns into icy goop, gripping all around the stone hand. 100%.
Cool.
Now we can focus on the head.
Can
assume.
I still use another attack on it because I can hit attacks twice, but just
Yes.
a plain one?
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Can I try and smack the red jewel?
Sure, if you want to go specifically for the red jewel, you can absolutely do that.
That is what I would like to do.
Hey, nice.
Ooh.
Boom. Damage.
Boom! Boom indeed. Yeah, roll me some damage on that red jewel.
8.
8 damage on the red jewel. Okay. Yeah, and with that hitting specifically the red jewel, you notice some clinks in it. So yes, you freeze the goop all around the hand, then you smack the hand with your ice cream giant's ice cream scoop. Anything else you're doing your turn?
I would like to get in cover and move. I collide with a wall. No. I want to get
it's
here.
just a big rock. Okay.
Because the hand is somewhat immobilized now, and then I can at least help focus.
Okay, great.
the
As you
team.
do that, the hand does get an attack of opportunity on you, which does hit.
Oh no.
And so basically what I'm going to say is it like flicks a little finger at you, and you take, because of that dangled crab, you only take 5 damage.
Yay!
Nice.
Dang old crab.
That dang old crab, and only part of this does magical, it does non-regular damage. So yeah, it like flicks you like bing as you're running away, like ugh, go. So the first thing that happens is that red sweeping beam again. The only thing, oh no, Dabarella, you are technically within. Let's see here. You're behind the corner of that statue. I still think it would hit you. And Grinderbin's cannon. I need dexterity saving throws from Grinderbin's cannon and from Dabarella.
Shit.
Dabarella gets a 10
Oh, that was so close.
and a 2. A 10 and a 2. Okay, so
How high do we need to be rolling on this? Because I rolled an unnatural 20 on mine.
I can explain how it works later. But not right now, because we're in the middle of a fight. So both the cannon and Dabarella take 10 damage. And it's magical damage, so it's not halved.
That's fine. 10, it could have been worse. Could have been worse. I'm on 21 health, so we're okay for now.
Could have been worse. So then what happens is the head swings back towards the cannon, and out you see its jewel once again sweep back and forth, and it shoots a fire blast at the cannon.
We need to kill the jewel.
And Grinderbin, how does your fire blast work? It's a dexterity saving throw?
When I'm shooting something with it?
Or the cannon's fire blast? How does that work?
Yeah, it's a dexterity. They have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, so then I need a dexterity saving throw from the cannon again.
Oh, okay.
Not to give away how this part of the head works.
No, not at all. All right, cannon. Come on, you got your sea legs now. You got this.
Hey, that's better.
Ooh.
Okay.
Just imagining it do a little hop on its legs.
Yeah, like
That's exactly what happened. The cannon takes 8 damage.
ouch. Okay.
As the head pivots back to the cannon and shoots fire back at it. The hand is now going to make a strength check, and I will roll
Fail.
this in front of the table.
Fail.
Yeah, you tell it.
The hand has a +5 to strength. I am going to roll this in front of everyone. Let's see here. To break the ice, Dabarella, you had a pretty good hit against the goo. Yeah, you hit an 18. Okay, you hit the goo for 18, so I'm going to say it needs to get an 18 or higher in its strength check. In order to break free of the ice, it gets a +5 to strength. So
Natural 1 would be great.
a
Ooh.
16.
Ooh, that's a
Hey.
Dang it all. So
take it.
the hand, you see it like, and it's unable to power itself away from the
Ouch.
ice. Gosh dang darn it, Grinderbin. It is your turn.
Sweet.
Can I just yell out before he does, like, the jewel cracked! We should aim for the jewels!
Aim for the family jewels, eh?
I don't know if the hand is the family of the head, but I guess so.
Yes, yes. I was making a little bon mot. Let's just move on. I'm just shouting from behind the tree.
The jewel on the head or the hand?
Well, their head's the troublesome one so far,
Yeah, the hand
gem-wise.
hasn't shot any lasers as far as I've seen.
All right, Grinderbin's gonna move up and touch the cannon and be like, "It's okay, little guy, you got this still," and cast mending on it.
Oh, very nice. And actually, now that I think about it, okay, so yeah, you're going to mend the cannon.
Yep.
And now that I'm thinking about it, Sigmar, roll me 2d4, as both the head and the hand are covered in caustic brew and need to take 2d4 damage.
Could have been better.
Okay, well, damage is damage. All right, so they both take 2 damage from
How they
the
looking?
caustic.
They looking pretty upright? Or?
What I'm gonna say is the head is looking a little like, some steam is coming out of the seams. You see some cracks showing up here and there. The hand looks fine, just frozen.
Okay.
All right, then cast spell, so I heal it for 7 points of damage.
Great.
Be like, go. Be like, you got this. We gotta give him some more sparks. Go for the jewel and have it move here because it has a 15-foot cone, so it'll be able to hit the jewel. It looks like from there. It moves one more.
So boop, boop, boop. Move it there.
And then shoot off big old flame spewer. Go shooting out. Try to drench that crystal in flames. So it's got to do a dexterity save.
Dexterity saving
And it
throw.
is the save got to roll. What's it got?
I have a 13.
That is not enough.
Dang it all.
So that is
Ooh.
11
Nice.
points of flames.
What you see is like this. What I'm going to say you actually see is like the gem is held into place on the stone by maybe some like metal work, and that metal is starting to melt, and the gem is starting to fall off of it. Sparks are flying. If this was electric, but it's not. It's steam. Steam is flying. It's still up, but it's looking dang hurt.
I know I should have equipped that heat metal spell, but you took me out of it because we were fighting a robot.
I'll shout, Dabarella, it looks like the gem might be loose.
Oh, thank you. Good job, Grindelpin.
Yeah, back at you. And then I'm going to go back behind cover.
I like that. Just
and
like
then-
pop out behind the tree, like pew pew, back behind the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, does
be
some
like-
finger guns and walks away.
Absolutely.
Until
Absolutely.
Mortimer, it looks like that gem might be a little loose in it. You got anything that might help with that?
Just bardic inspiration, as usual.
Just some
Oh, yeah.
strong words of encouragement.
Head's looking really messed up. Why doesn't everybody right now just roll me a charisma check?
Come on,
Heck yeah.
Dabarella.
Love a charisma.
Love
Come
a
on.
charisma.
12.
Done. 10 on the charm, Mortimer, baby.
Sigma.
Camera loves you.
That vomiting thing did not go over well with the crowd.
Deborah gets a 12, Mortimer gets a 14, Grindelbrand gets a 9, and Sigmar gets a 4. Oh yeah, the vomiting did not go over well at all. But for everybody else, what I'm going to say is the crowd's getting a little bit on your side. You know, Grindelbrand maybe less so, but like they're like, oh, did you see the froze the hand? Oh yeah, no, and he keeps yelling at it and pumping us up. That's awesome. Like the crowd is definitely like getting on your side. And then did you see that guy barf on it? That was gross. I did not like that at all. So Mortimer, it is your turn.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to move to a spot where I can still see what's going on. So if I move here, and then maybe just to here. I guess, can I just sort of pop my head over cover and do one last unsettling words on the head?
You absolutely can. Yes.
And again, playing up to the crowd because I'm sensing the energy coming off them, saying, "Look at the roar of this crowd! Everyone wants to see you go down. Every single one of these good people is going home with a stapler tonight."
Oh yeah, and the crowd is like, "What is a stapler? This is exciting. We're getting things we've never heard of before."
And again,
Okay,
that was a
negative-
bonus action, so I still have an action.
Ooh, okay.
It's precious little I can do. I guess there's this statue Dabarella wanted me to look at.
I don't think it's the worst idea given where we could put our last fuck. So,
Alright, well, I feel like if I try anything offensive, I'm just going to embarrass myself. So I'm just going to assess this statue, if there's anything relevant about it, etc.
Okay, sure. So you take a moment and look at the statue. And the thing you notice about that statue, remembering kind of all of the statues and paintings you've seen, this is in memoriam to Copeland Bloodbeak, one of the first husbands of the original dwarf settlers. and it just it's him holding his axe, kind of like in a battle fashion, almost as if it's the murder dome is in memoriam to Copeland Bloodbeak and his bloodlust.
Right. No
can use
secret
that for
mechanisms.
charisma.
Though, yeah, I could play to the crowd with that. Copeland Bloodbeak. I'll remember that. Okay. I guess I'm done. Basically doing nothing but talk shit and hiding behind a tree. But it still gets 1d6 off its next saving throw, and that's important.
Absolutely.
I'm helping.
Sigmar, you are on top of this robot's head. You vomited on it. What are you doing now?
We need to get its gem out, remember?
Yeah, but I'm on the top, and I don't think that being on the ground in front of it is the best idea.
Then try and get the gem off the hand.
I don't know if I can see it from there, but the head is like I can tell that it's like getting very damaged, right? Like even if we're not hitting the gem directly, like just hitting it's still doing damage.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm not gonna focus on the gem. I'm gonna stand where I'm at in the middle and just aim straight down with the magic arrow.
Okay.
How do I?
The Legolas elephant.
Sure. The repeating.
Yeah, and so basically this is just your standard bow attack, but because of the Artificer infusion, instead of loading it with a normal arrow, a magical arrow just appears as you pull the bow back. So it's a normal bow attack, but you get a +1 to it.
Okay.
So that is a 15, and you're going for the head?
Yeah, like I'm just pointing straight down from where I'm standing.
Great, yeah,
Like
okay. And
like a straight up zero distance shot.
a zero distance shot, absolutely. What you notice is you let your magical arrow go, and it doesn't seem to do anything. Maybe you hit the wrong spot. Maybe you got too excited about getting a magic arrow, and you were just like, wait, oh, did you see it shiny? And like you accidentally shot off and hit a rock instead. It was
wow.
It was a little, and you hear the crowd just go, "Oh man, he can't even use a regular weapon. Is his whole thing vomiting? What's going on?" Maybe vomit on it again.
All right, Sigmar's very, very perplexed and upset. He just sits down on top of the robot. He's just thinking things over now.
Dabarella yells up, "You're doing great, friend!"
No, I'm not.
Sigmar just sulks on top of a giant robot head because he couldn't. He literally couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
We all have our bad
gonna
days
take a beat there.
Okay, that gets us to Dabarella.
I want to run and beat the absolute shit out of this gemstone with my ice cream scoop.
Absolutely. All right, what is that?
It's an unnatural 20.
An unnatural 20, absolutely. And you're going right for the gemstone?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
And yes, that hits that gemstone. Absolutely. Absolutely.
10 damage.
That is 10 damage. Yes, so this is, the slow motion scene as like goth and pouty Sigmar crisscross applesauces on top of the giant robot. Dabarella just runs, takes that like baseball swing with her scoop and shatters that gem in one foul sweep. You see the head kind of tilt forward a little bit and the hand depower.
All right.
And Dabarella, give me a final charisma check with advantage because of the awesomeness.
If the head tilts, I just want Sigmar to like not even move, just like slide. Just slide off the side.
She only got an 11. I was really hoping for a better one, but
you got an 11. I'll even with an 11. What I'm gonna say is like you get some applause. Like it's not it's not like a raucous victory, but you get some like, hey, you know what? She's got the fundamentals, and I think that's what's important. It's not the most flashy way to play it, but, you know, she still defeated the giant robot. That's pretty cool.
Gabriella jumps up and down, like fist pumping in the air, like feet kicking her butt. She goes, "We did it, friends! We did it! Oh my god, we did it! And no one died!"
Are we out of combat?
We are out of combat. The giant construct is now defeated.
Okay, well, Mortimer's gonna step out and, like, I'll raise Dabrella's hand and say, Dabrella, the pussycat of power, the tabaxi of terror has defeated the construct. This fight has been blessed by the watchful eye of Copeland Bloodbeak himself. Gesture to the statue.
Yay!
Now we're talking. Yeah, Mortimer, charisma check with advantage.
There we go.
It's 21.
21, yes, with a 21, like the crowd hears you cite Copeland Bloodbeak, the person, the dwarf whose statue is in the center of this arena. Oh, Copeland, yeah, fuck yeah! Just everyone is an uproar about it, like, hey, these Upsiders might not be so bad. Hey, they can fight pretty well. Oh, I kind of like them. I like what's happening here. Everyone is super
Swing
psyched.
low, sweet chariot. Just leave
I
the
was going to
singing.
say, could we start a chant of, considering the crowd's already started going, fuck yeah, could we do like a fuck yeah?
Yeah, fuck
Fuck
yeah,
yeah.
fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! They're teaching us new words too. Absolutely. So yeah, the crowd is with you. What I will say is the captain of the guard, the one who ushered you here.
While the guard's coming, Dabarella goes, my frying pan, and runs over to go grab it.
Nice.
good call.
Are we able to like inspect the hand, which is not destroyed but dysfunctional? Like
Yeah.
Also, are
Do
we
the-
able to loot this thing, or is it
Do the
just not
gems
not
look
allowed to go?
valuable? How
Say
much
it
would
again?
those gems go for?
Yeah, like can we loot the or inspect the robot and take anything from it?
I'm pretty
or
sure
is
it's,
that
I
a
think it's
no-no
their
in the murder
property.
zone?
Yeah, we might lose the crowd if we do that.
I was gonna.
I mean, we just smashed one. Like they don't seem to care this much.
I'm pretty sure it would be like if we went to a boxing match and then we took the turnbuckle off of the ring. Be like, but that's theirs.
Sigmar, you can do whatever you want.
Different cultures. I'm gonna yell out, "Can I have this gem?"
Who are you yelling that out to?
To like just to the crowd in general to see if anyone objects.
The crowd is cheering and chanting. You will
So
hear
they're not
like
paying. They're not paying
Okay.
attention. All right, I'm gonna while they're distracted, I'm gonna try and take this gem and like
No,
just
make
I'm
it
gonna
look
hold it
like
under
a-
my arm.
Make it like a triumphant thing, like rip it out and hold it aloft and go,
Sure, yeah.
I have the power.
Like I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna rip the gem out. I'm gonna lift it up, and then I'm just gonna have hand it under my shoulder, like it's just like we're just hanging out with it. Like it's
Okay,
not insidious. I'm not hiding it.
yeah.
Just say, this
Like,
is
it's just-
my
yeah, this-
trophy now.
We just killed a thing, so now I'm carrying her.
The first thing I need is a strength check to see if you can rip the gem out of the stone hand.
Oh boy, let's see how this goes.
Oh boy.
Probably
Not
not, by the looks of it.
Not with a 7. It's gonna
yeah,
gonna take you a little bit. Like the crowd's like you're like on the hand trying to rip the gem out, and the crowd's like, yeah. What are you doing? Like they stop cheering, and now it's like a silent arena as you're just like.
Okay, I'll just run over and give it a really hard kick in the side of the hand and go, yep, it's dead. Yeah! Woo, 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 woo. Just check in. Woo, 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 woo.
I just want to
There's
see if
no
he uses gem.
stopping Grintabin. There's no reason you couldn't go and just scavenge some of the broken pieces of the gems that were on the floor before.
Yeah, that thing shoots lasers. Like you don't want this. Like I'm gesturing to Grinderbit.
I don't want to alienate the entire fucking city is what I don't want.
But the crushed pieces, why would that weird them out? Little chunks.
Yeah, I guess that should be fine. Just pick up the little bits that are lying around.
Yeah, Grinderbit will actually pick up a few, like scoop up some of the chunks and like
Okay.
hold them up as if like hey, do you want, like, like with the t-shirt cannon, like, you want me to throw this into the crowd and see if the crowd's like, yeah, or if they're like, that'll hurt, don't throw those knives.
Don't throw glass at us. What do you do?
Wait. So you want to scoop up gems and ask the crowd if they want you to throw the gems inside the crowd?
Non-verbal communication, like,
Huh? So you're like, huh?
Yeah. Do they want the souvenir?
I don't even know what kind of check that would be. Give me an intelligence check.
That went some places.
Yeah, like, sometimes
23.
He wins.
a 23. Okay. What you can tell is, like, the crowd does want you to do that, but these are shards of gems, which one could be worth money, two could potentially hurt someone. I'm not saying they will, but it could potentially hurt someone. But the crowd does want you to throw them into the crowd.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
strange culture. Who are we to
Then I'm
judge?
gonna go for a throw. I'm gonna give it a little chuck. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, gently guide it, and I'll be throwing and guiding some souvenirs to the crowd.
Well done.
Safety
I imagine
first.
the crowd would just lose their shit over this.
Oh, yeah, like, and yeah, so no, they're taking the parts of the gems. None of it is falling on them harshly because of the mage hand. They are absolutely loving it. And so that main guard comes to kind of scoop you away now that you have the adoration of the city. Okay, so the main guard is ready to whisk you away to the mines. Everyone, almost the entire city is there at the arena, so they can get you to the mines quick. Dabarella, did you want to get a word to Moped? Moped had said he wanted to stay in the castle because he's an old man.
I think I'd like to get word to him that we're okay.
Okay.
We don't get to rest first before they take us to the mines. They want to
Yeah,
sleep.
No, they want to use this opportunity to get you to the mines
there.
without.
We could probably
basically the
rest
city.
once we're at the
we can-
entrance to the
We
mines.
can camp out.
But yeah, I think Dabarella would like to turn and go, excuse me, if you're going to take us away so fast, we have a friend, and he'd probably like to know that we're okay. So could you go tell our friend Moped and his shovel Albert that we did the thing and we did it really good, and that we'll come back soon to make sure he's okay.
And the guy's like, absolutely, we can do that. We'll get word to him. I know, he's having a great time in the castle. He keeps talking to the shovel, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
normal.
Yeah,
That's normal.
He's friends with the shovel. It's a long story.
Oh, okay, that's unusual, but
Well, you
that's
guys
fine.
you guys probably have some guys who get a bit too into their mining equipment. You know what it's like. It's a lonely life mining, digging in the dirt.
We try not to encourage that kind of behavior.
Well, our friend was sort of left alone for a while.
Oh, gotcha. But yes, I'll get word to him that you are safe and you are going to head down into the mines to help us with our earthquake problem.
Thank you, that's very kind.
And what happens is, he shovels you, kind of, gets you through the city, gets you to the main mine entrance. And as you enter the Great Dwarven Mines, you meet the mine master. Hey, I hear you guys are the Upsiders. I saw a little bit of your performance. Awesome job. Super excited to have you help us with this earthquake problems. I'm the Mine Master. My name's Popper's Glow Stick, and I am here to show you where we've been having our trouble. And so he kind of takes you through the mine area, and you get to this mine shaft. And what I need is everyone to give me a perception check.
Oh,
Hey.
Perception.
dang, Sigma.
Sigma, you're rolling for shit.
21.
Ooh.
He's still thinking about that missed shot.
It's gonna haunt you.
All right. So what do we have here? We have a 21, a 12, and a 21, and a 5 from Sigmar. So yeah, like Sigmar, you're feeling really bad about your performance in the Murder Dome, and Dabarella, you're a little too busy consoling Sigmar. You know, you're just like, hey, it's all right, Sigmar, don't worry.
Like I didn't ever want to go in a murder dome in the first place.
But Sigma, it's okay. We're here now, and you're a really good fighter. Do you remember what you did to that crab?
Oh, you mean when I almost died? Yeah, I remember.
You were the hero. You gotta take the wins.
We left you alone with those 2 cactus dudes, and you murdered the shit out of them. Remember?
I did murder the shit out of those cactus dudes.
Yeah,
Right.
2 on 1. That was impressive.
So as Dabarella is consoling Sigmar, they don't see this, but Mortimer, you as a lifelong thief are really good at casing the joint. Any new room you enter, you get the lay of the land. And Grinderbin, you're just an observant folk. You're always looking for new items that might have magical properties that you can sell. So the both of you, as poppers, takes you into the mine, get the lay of the land, and in the distance of the mine shaft, for a split second, you see something unusual.
What is it, though?
Dick.
It's
I don't know what that is.
it's a
Pretty sure it's a naked
crystallized
zombie.
Yeah.
You see what appears to be a weird blue pale man, fully nude, running away. Censored, of course, for the audience.
Towards us or away from us?
Running away from you, and you
You
only
just saw
see it
its
for.
bum bum.
You just saw its bum bum for a fraction of a second, and that's where we'll leave it for this episode.
Well, I didn't expect to see the moon down here.
Oh! Can confirm none of us are werewolves.
All right, just X out of that. As I say, thanks everybody for watching and or listening to this episode of Adventure is Nigh in Search of a Platinum Heart. I think the crew is getting closer to that heart, but we'll find out next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.